Welcome everyone to this very special evening. Thank you for those of you who chose to be here tonight to witness, to participate and to affirm with your important and valuable presence. This is the strength, justice, meaning and blessing of a community that stands together. Thank you. It's hoped that all present, those participating and those listening and learning, schools, local organisations will study and keep this day every year and endeavour to ensure that such a horrific tragedy is never repeated. Holocaust Memorial Day is marked nationally usually on the 27th of January. Tonight we meet on the 26th, particularly that's helpful to our Jewish community. And this date was chosen by the government in 2000 as it is the anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz by the Allies. So you have a programme, or there are programmes available. We'll literally just follow on and learn and live these moments together.
Ordinary people. The theme for Holocaust Memorial Day 2023 is ordinary people. Through this theme, we are invited to think about the millions of ordinary victims of Nazi systematic persecution and subsequent genocide. We are also prompted to think about how easy it is for ordinary people to become perpetrators. In this light, today, ordinary people must be alert to the dangers of anti-Semitism, racism, and intolerance, and strive to combat evil genocide in our world. In our service, there are examples of ordinary people who demonstrated extraordinary acts of solidarity, resistance, and perseverance through their faith. There are also prayers, which we hope you will consider saying, around Holocaust Memorial Day, to dedicate ourselves and our communities to never forgetting the horrors of the Holocaust, and for praying for a world where such hatred is overcome.
Good evening. It is wonderful to see so many of you. It's really great. Thank you very much for coming. I'm not very good in reading. I can talk for England, but to read it is quite... Jacob told me that I should read this piece which is called Never Again. And when I looked at it, I thought, I quite like it. And he said, but you wrote it. So I wrote it. I hope I can read it. But I might start to ad-lib a little bit. I come from hiding. Sirens, bombs, smoke, fear, chaos and hunger. I come from a long line of persecuted people. Nazi swastikas, Star of David, running, air shelters, marching with the pioneers, dancing, singing, spotlight. Applause, traveling, and having babies. Being a mum, remembering. Where do I come from? I really don't know anymore. I just am. Being a Holocaust survivor is not just a title, it is part of one's existence and stays with you for the rest of your life. I wish to point out that at the very beginning in my life, I decided to be a survivor, not a victim. Living a constant fear of being discovered as a Jew and consequently killed is a stress that never goes away. Hunger, discrimination, and dehumanization, these are all the part of my memories, and that is a very deep inburied into me. The Holocaust and most of the Holocaust survivors, it doesn't just go away because it's finished. It's never finished. And sadly, it doesn't look as if it were finishing because people just not listening. Like other Holocaust survivors, I had to learn to live with those memories to my best of knowledge and to allow the past and to make sure that the past is not ruling the rest of my life. The world that has me since a young girl, I kept on asking myself, why? And now I don't want to lie about my age, but every day I get another wrinkle and each tells a story. But I still wake up at night in the middle of it and I keep on asking, why? Why us? Why the Jews? What have we done? When we are born, it looks as though we were born to be persecuted, hated, dehumanized, and they say, chosen people. I wish they would choose somebody else for a change. Not that I wish this upon anybody else, but it is just a very big burden to be born with it and to have to carry it. And why? If I get an answer to it, perhaps I don't really want to hear it, but that's a question. We are targeted, hunting, we were robbed, starved, and executed. Good God, I wrote my age here. And now I'm 87 and old, and I still question. And I'm still asking. The question will never stop being relevant. Having lived through the Holocaust and witnessed things that should never happen, I am dedicating the rest of my life to share my story, to benefit the young generation. I wish to help them to understand what anti-Semitism is. And all other forms of prejudice can and must be stopped. And if the young people don't make a better today, there is very little help to getting a better tomorrow. Because it's the young people, it is their tomorrow. I mean, I don't want to be insulting you, I can insult myself, but we are already had the best of our times. But the young people, they need to make themselves, and if they don't stop it today, what have they got to look forward to? I'm ad-libbing a little bit, you see. Is it okay? Thank you. I wouldn't stop anyway. Well, anyhow, if any of us hoped for a better future in the world without hatred and prejudice, then we have to change the attitude of today. Instead of nurturing fear and hatred against other people, we should learn to build bridges, and we have to make an understanding and to tolerate. And above all, we have to respect each other. There's a word respect that people don't use it. People don't respect themselves anymore. You have to respect each other's differences. And you don't have to hate them. You don't just understand and tolerate other people. We are all different. We cannot be bystanders and watch what are happening. To be a bystander, it is as much as if you would be pulling the trigger. Now, I, for one, I can't be a bystander. And if there would have been more people who would not have been just bystanding and saying, well, it's not happening to me, it's the bloody Jew next door. And then oh, they are the Muslims next door. It's nothing to do with us, it's them. It's not them and us. We are all us. We as a Holocaust educators had the duty to teach and promote the understanding of equality and mutual respect. We must be relentless in revealing. I can't read my own writing. And as I said to you, it is very important to make sure it never again happens. I wish to give my most sincere thanks to the dedicated ambassadors of the Holocaust education. And we also have got one young lady here from the Holocaust Education Center, and they are doing a wonderful job, because without them, we, the oldest, the Holocaust survivors, we would not have the chance to go to schools and to talk about what has happened, because only from listening will you learn and understand. So thank you very much for the wonderful ambassadors who has helped us and had this commitment, sustains our cause. Without their help, none of us would happen and be possible. Throughout their effortless and aspiring that the Holocaust must never happen again, can become a lasting reality. And I love you all.